Hello, welcome back to Let's Create. Today, instead of painting, we're going to create. We're going to decoupage this, what used to be a microwave dish. My microwave broke and I hated to throw the dish away because I figured I might need it with the newer microwave, but it doesn't go with the newer microwave. So I purchased this item for like 99 cents at the Goodwill, and it came in handy because I figured this could be the bottom of it. And I purchased the mechanism at Amazon, on Amazon, I should say. So what I did was I painted it white. So because white, the napkin is of like white color. You don't want to use like the same color as the napkin. I mean, you could get close to it because this is like an off-white, but then it'll darken up. The napkin will darken if you use a darker shade of the white. So I went with white. I think it's called Snow White by Apple Barrel, which I got from Walmart for like 50 cents. So what you'll need for this project, a base like this one, the mechanism, the Lazy Susan mechanism. Just search that on Amazon, put Lazy Susan mechanism, and a serving platter of your choice. Mine happens to be my microwave dish, my old microwave dish. Then you also need Mod Podge. This is the satin, but you could use the dishwasher safe, the gloss, matte. So then you'll need a napkin of your choice. Mine is this thing that I purchased at Tuesday morning a couple years ago. And I only have 5 good ones left and some that I've already torn off. So the next thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to take the star of your piece and center it. So kind of like, and I know it's wrinkled, you don't have to worry about that. It'll straighten up once we decoupage it onto the plate. So you want to take your star pieces and center them. They're the ones that you want to show the most. You want to figure out how you want to configure them. And it doesn't matter if you have some that's left over, like that's not covered. You can always go back and cover it, or just move the piece a little bit. And it doesn't matter if it's sticking out on the one side, because we'll file those away. So that's how we're going to do that. So then this is the other piece I want centered to the house right there. Can you see that? I'm sorry. This is a weird way. Okay. Then you just want to figure out where some of your pieces are going to go. Like I said, it doesn't matter if some of your pieces are going to overlap. Let's see. We'll put this one. And what you want to do is like, see how you want to tear any straight lines. You want to fray it. Either do it with some water or just your nails. I just do it with my finger. I tear it apart, remove that straight line, because it'll show up on you once you Mod Podge the napkin to your plate. So I've got some of my pieces that I want to put in there, and they're centered to my center. They're aligned with my center. That's what I want to say. So I'm going to do, now this is a 3-ply napkin. That means it's got 2 white and the print. So you want to remove the 2 white pieces away from the printed piece. Sometimes it's hard. Oh, and you also need, I forgot to finish what I was saying. Forgive me. Keep a small thing of water near you. You'll need a brush, a soft bristle brush. You could use a sponge brush, but I don't use the sponge brush because sometimes the napkin has a way of sticking to it and tearing. And then just a little clean little disposable thing that you can just throw away once you're done, to put the Mod Podge in. That way you're not dipping your brush into it. Okay, so there's one layer, and then we have to get the other layer. Sometimes it is hard to remove them, and sometimes you can tear the napkins. Just look for a spot that looks like where the napkin is coming apart from. There we go. Now be careful with that second layer of white, because if you go too fast, you'll tear the napkin. There we go. Let's remove what we had decided for the sides. We're just going to work on this for right now. We want to make sure that it's centered, or it's where you want it to be. It doesn't have to be at the center. It can be up here. It can be there. It could be even lower than that. I'm going to do it just slightly lower. And read your directions to make sure whether it tells you whether you're going to roll this, Mod Podge, or just use as is. Or sometimes they'll say shake well. This is my first time using this satin. Usually I use gloss, or that dishwasher safe one. Put some in here. And you don't want to put too much, and then close your Mod Podge right away because you don't want it to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat this with some of my Mod Podge. My brush is a little bit stiff because I've used it too often to do Mod Podge. I should have gotten a better one, a softer one. As long as I'm hopefully careful enough. Okay, so we're gonna gently, oh, you know what else you need? Should have take some cling wrap. Ooh, Oh, shoot. Bunch it up a little bit. So you could use it to soften the napkin onto what you're using. So I didn't have enough glue, so there's still more, but no worries, because now we're going to gently, softly brush the glue onto the napkin. The glue does dry clear, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put the tree, because they're my secondary scene. That'll help me fill in the gaps for the Lazy Susan. Okay. There we go. Let's remove this. So once you get your main features, everything else should just fall into place. There we go. So I want the tree over here. Make sure you put glue on the sides also, because it's going to overlap onto your sides. Okay. Okay. Oops. And try not to touch your napkins with your bare hands, because you can rip it. Okay. I must not have put enough glue onto this on the edge, so we're going to wait on that. We're going to adhere this side first. We can make sure that because there's edges right there, we want to make sure that it doesn't bunch up, so that the edge shows. So you just softly glide your brush there. And then on top. And now, let me show you. Just do the top edge this way. I'll use my left hand. Just softly, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to do the side edge. Make sure you have enough glue for it. Like I said, don't worry about wrinkles because wrinkles give character. It's supposed to look like old country. Oops. I set my tree up too high. It's not where I wanted it, but that's okay. All we gotta do is do the same thing to the other one. I was looking at the camera and didn't really focus on where I was placing the tree. Like I said, it's okay. It's your artwork. You do what you want to do with it. If you want the tree higher, you want the tree higher. If you want one tree high and one tree low, that's good too. Okay. I want the tree just right there. Make sure you don't get any glue on your little saran wrap, because if you do, it will tear your delicate napkin. Now, there's a center, there's these two things that I want top to bottom. So I want to make sure that perpendicular to one another. As soon as I find them. Here we go. This is the one. There we go. Delicate. Very carefully do this. I'm going to place this one right here. Move something that I don't want showing. Like I said, if you don't like something, just remove it by tearing it with your fingers. Here. That's how I want this one. I'm going to take some glue. Now I'm going to start at the bottom because I want to lay it there. Start at the bottom instead of the top. Make sure that there's none of the napkin is sticking up. Now I'm going to take the other one, perpendicular to it. Take this, show you, just rip it with your hand, going around the parts that you do want and staying away from the parts that you don't want. Like this, I don't want this part showing, so I'm just going to tear it as much of it as I can without tearing the design that I want, just like that. So now, since we know where we want it, okay, so now I'm going to work on this side, and this is where I want a lot of the lemons to be, up top. So that lemon goes there, a lemon goes here. So that's how all you do is you just pick. It's like a piece of puzzle that you just want, that you're going to force them to fit together. You know, they're imperfect puzzles. So I'm going to use the lemons. Now this matches the coasters, and since hopefully I'll have enough, I'm going to turn the lemon this way. See, if you can even overlap them. I'm going to overlap that like this to that tree. What it'll do is it'll just be darker. It'll just be a darker shade of the back of the napkins, the background of the napkin, I should say. If there's something in your glue, try and remove it, because every so often with pets, you'll find floaties of dust particles, pet hair, or in my case, sparkly stuff. So just, there we go. Now let's take our little, you see I'm getting, I got glue on this, so I can't use this anymore. I'm going to have to tear apart a new one. Look at that. Looks like they belong together. Looks like a perfect puzzle fit. And if you have like glue that looks like, try and thin out the glue that you're putting on the napkin, because you don't want it to look clumpy, because we're going to wind up resining this piece, because varnishing it just will not do. This is going to need a coat or two of resin so that I can use it, and if things get on it, it can be wiped off. So here's a single lemon, and I think we need a lemon right here. I had a little bit of glue there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on it, and there we go. There. So then the other thing that I want, so I want lemons on this side too. So I'm going to find my lemons. Keep your trash away from all your pieces that you've torn, because you might accidentally tear apart something that you didn't want torn apart. There's some more. Here's the other lemon that I want. So I'm going to figure out how I want that lemon to be. And I don't want this part right there, so I'm going to try and tear it apart without tearing my lemon. Just like that. keep one thumb to where you want the napkin to rip, and then rip with the other finger and thumb. Index finger and thumb. Here. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to want it like this. Maybe not. This way. Yeah, this. Can you see that? This is the way I'm going to want it. First, I'm going to tear my napkin apart. There we go. Oh, and I need a new one of these. So keep your cheap saran wrap. No need to go expensive. Close to you, because you're going to need more than just the one. Because once it gets glue on it, you can't use it, or else it will tear your napkin. The tree as I can. There we go. Let's seal what we have with glue. And don't worry if you have like things hanging like this. Once this glue dries, we're going to file those off. I got a thick bunch of glue over here. There we go. You don't want a bunched glue because it will dry lumpy. Okay, so now I want some more lemons. Oh, I don't have any more lemons. That's torn off. I'm going to take this, tear that up. I'm going to take another part of the napkins that I cut up, and then I'm going to grab my lemons. Here, put it. So just hold the side that you want to keep and tear with your other thumb and finger. So this has that edge. I cut that edge, so that's going to show. That's no good. I wanna tear it. I cut it with a scissor because I was using these for the coasters. So I don't want that stretch cut up edge, so I'm going to tear it apart. Same goes for the edge of the napkin. I want to remove those. Then remove the 2 layers of white away from your print. There we go. So we're just going to decide where we want this. Do we want it here or here? I'm thinking, too many lemons there. I need more lemons here. So I'm gonna take this lemon and catty corner it. Can you see? Move it closer to me. Just catty corner it like that, closer to that. I got to remove some of this. It's going to be delicate, so you got to be careful because we took the 2 backings off, but I still needed to remove something, the white part. of the nap of the. So be very gentle, because once you remove the two ply, you shouldn't be removing anymore. So there, that's how I'm going to do it. Turn it back towards me. There you go. I laid my glue down. So I'm just going to set it the way I had wanted to. Yeah. Take our handy dandy flat saran wrap. Got more glue on it. Okay, so now we're taking some more. I put some more of our glue, Mod Podge. Now I need to work. Oh, there's the other lemon. I'm going to put this lemon like this. That's the lemon I was looking for. Knew I had it. Turn it towards me so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to put some more Mod Podge to help seal it. Make sure that everything is glued down. So now the next thing that I wanted to show I don't know if I want all lemons up there, and then the eggplants and the zucchini down here. What do you think? We're going to need a ton of lemons. There's one thing that I want to put down there. One there. Or if I can find the other one. Because I don't want to hide that. I love that. Let's see. I know I had two of those. There we go. Two identical. There we go. I just need to cut a little bit more of the white part so it's not going into my lemons. There we go. That is perfect. We'll just, see what I mean? It broke. So just remove the whole thing. While it's still wet before it glues itself. there's some left over, that don't worry about it. It'll get covered with the new one that we're going to look for and cut